Welcome to the Reese Report. I'm the Malt of the North, Andrew Reese. And as you can see, we're missing one of our members as Gil Santos is away this week. So I am joined by my faithful to the Bay comrade, Jose Carlos Gomes. So you got a 49ers fan show right here, okay? I got the hat, the background. Jose's got the hat. We are ready, okay? 49ers are going to be dangerous. We're going to talk about them. I think they're going to be a sneaky team. We'll talk about them as we make our picks because with the downfall of the ghost seeing Sam Darnold last week, I think the 49ers are in a good position to make the playoffs, as I predicted before the season started. But we'll talk about them later. I want to start this show off this week. As always, guys, like, subscribe, comment if you wish. Thank you for our one new subscriber this week. Someone I talked to on Twitter. Thank you for joining. We'll try to do some more live shows for you. Thanks for the comments and everything. But this is recorded because we're doing picks. Let's start off the show with a rant because, watching football sometimes really bothers me, especially when I hear media and other types talking about particular players that have not reached their potential yet, but they're already nominated as a top 5 player in the league. And I've been talking about this guy for 2 years now. I even did a separate show a couple of years ago on this guy, and he was staunchly defended because he had a bad coaching staff. Well, I want to know what his excuse is now. And you know what I'm talking about? Justin Herbert. He's got Jim Harbaugh. Okay, his running backs are hurt, but Vidal came in, gave him 100-yard rushing games. Okay, Joe Alt's hurt. But you know what? The whole league has injuries. Every single team has injuries, okay? He's got Jim Harbaugh, one of the better coaches in the league, a coach that I respect, someone I think got a bad deal from the 49ers years ago, okay? He's got one of the better defenses in the league. He's got weapons. Hell, they even got a good tight end that was drafted this year. There's no more excuses for Justin Herbert. I'm just going to read the stats for you guys last week, okay? He played Jacksonville, who he's not beaten in 3 tries. He's 0-3 against Jacksonville. Lost 35-6 last week. Okay, he's 10 for 18 for 81 yards and a pick. That's terrible. That's just terrible. And he has these games where he'll look great, and then he'll look like one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. There's no in between with this guy. Okay, they're trying to make him throw the ball more, and it's just been a disaster. Now, look, I don't know about Harbaugh making him throw more because when you're missing some linemen, you may want to try to run more. It didn't work out last week because Jacksonville jumped on him. But this guy's a 500 quarterback with a great arm, but average mentality. So I'm tired of the excuses. I'm not listening to him anymore. He's not an auto top 5 quarterback in the league. I'm sorry. He's not. You know who else doesn't have an offensive line? Brock Purdy. How's he doing when he's healthy? So I don't want to hear excuses anymore for this guy. I think he's an overrated quarterback. I'm tired of hearing about his arm, and it's time for the excuses to be over. If they miss the playoffs this year, I don't want to hear about Jim Harbaugh. I don't want to hear about the injuries. It's going to be on one person, and that's Justin Herbert. I was a little bit nice in that rant, Jose, because I want to be more reserved. Any comments on my rant on Justin Herbert? Are his excuses over now?
Listen, there's never excuses with him. Like I told you in the past, I think he's an average quarterback. He's
Yeah,
not
there
a
you
top.
go.
He's
Yeah,
not like an elite quarterback. He's an average quarterback. He's very inconsistent. Like he has his good games and then he has like horrible games like he did last week. And then there's the next week he can throw for like 300-400 yards. Like he's just inconsistent, and that's what makes him not an elite quarterback. He plays in a good team. They have a good offensive line, even with all the injuries that they have. He has no excuses. What he did last week was a horrible game. But then again, I'm not defending him, or I can care less about him. But
hmm
he everybody has a bad game, and I guess he ended up playing a bad game last week. But let's see how he rebounds this week. Like if he does the same thing this week, then yeah, okay, then you have a quarterback problem, and you should just maybe think twice about this guy Justin Herbert. But
yeah,
I like he's just an average quarterback. I don't
yeah.
consider him horrible, but I don't consider him crazy like a
Yeah.
Mahomes or
I'm
anything
not
like that.
saying he's terrible. I'm
Yeah,
saying that he's overrated by just about everybody. I
yeah.
think
Like a lot of
he's
people
just a
hyped
good
him up, right?
quarterback.
A lot of
Yeah.
people hyped him up when he came out. He had a couple of good years when he was a rookie and when he came out of Oregon, and everybody hyped him up, and that's all there was. It's just more hype than anything else. It's just
Yeah.
I think so. I think it's just more hype. That's all.
All right, Jose, I'm going to give you your time now. What bothered you last week in the NFL?
You know what bothers me in the NFL? You want to expand your football? Don't bring Washington Reds Commanders against
Yeah.
Miami Dolphins to
What a
Madrid.
horrible game.
Like,
Oh
are you
God.
kidding me? That's what's bothering me. Like some of these games that these guys bring overseas, it's unbelievable. And
Brutal.
you want to expand your team, your football and stuff like that to these countries, and you're bringing these teams. Like, listen, and next year, I think they're playing like 2 or 3 games in Brazil. Like, please have like good teams playing each other. Like the last year was a good game between the Packers and who's the
Eagles.
Pack Eagles. Yeah, that was a good
Yeah.
game. Like
Yeah.
you play good teams. Like don't bring like Miami Dolphins and freaking Washington Commanders to Madrid. Your first game ever in Spain. People are gonna be like, "What the hell is? What did I watch? What did I waste my money on?" Like, come on, dude. Like that's what's wrong with the NFL. I think they don't care because they're making their billions of dollars. So whoever they put there or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm talking as a fan, if I was like living in Spain and I went to go watch this, I would be like, "What the fuck is this NFL? What is this? Please, never again in my life I'm gonna watch an NFL game." Like
Yeah.
that's that,
Um,
and that's what's bothering me. I think they gotta put these primetime games in these games that they're playing overseas. I think that's what
yeah.
they should do.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it before. I don't think they should play these games at all overseas. I don't understand the point of it. I get that they're trying to expand, their audience, but I don't think it works. I think these are really bad games. Even sometimes when they have good teams, because they have to travel, the games aren't very good. Jacksonville's a good example of that. There's been a couple of good games. We had a 51-48 in Mexico, I think, with the Rams and the Chiefs one time. But most of the games are bad when they go down there. And I just don't think the players like traveling there and they end up partying on the town. And I think Washington and Miami had a real good time in Spain before that game started. I'm telling you right now, those players were out partying the night before because they looked half to sleep in that game. It was brutal. But we'll see what happens there. They had games in Toronto before and they quickly went away from that as well. So I
Yeah,
just
but
think, keep the games
they
at home.
weren't selling any tickets here. They were basically giving
No,
out tickets for free. No,
I
but it's
know.
just the prices were a joke. Like
I
you're
know it was
paying
ridiculous.
exactly. So that's why it never worked out here in Canada because of the prices. Like it's
Yeah.
anything comes here to Canada or Toronto or whatever, it's like, hey guys, instead of making the tickets cheap for people to watch and start getting used to it, no, they jack up the prices and then people can't afford
Yeah.
to watch it. Like, come on, bro, it's
Yeah.
stupid.
I mean, it seems like that's everything here these days in Toronto,
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't want to get into that. I'll have another rant right now. So that's just our rant for the week. We're gonna have that on a weekly basis now, just stuff that bothered us. So let's get to the picks. Let's start with the Thursday nighter, an actual good game for once, as the Bills go to Houston to take on the Texans. The Texans are still without C.J. Stroud as he still has a concussion, that nasty hit he took a few weeks ago. Um, the Bills are very inconsistent. They also bother me. They go 1 week and lose to Miami, and then Josh Allen gets 6 touchdowns the next week. Houston has the best defense in the NFL. Um, I really like their defense a lot. But they struggled beating Tennessee last week, so I'm going to go Bills here. But I think this could be an upset. Jose, who do you like?
I'm gonna take the upset here, man. I think I'm gonna take the Houston Texans. The Bills last week, it's like one of those trap games. I think they are coming off a big win last week, but then you know what? I think they haven't played a good defense, and then when they do play good defenses, the Bills struggle. So I'm gonna take Houston in an upset this week.
Yeah, I thought about it long and hard. I thought CJ might be back for this game, and then I would have considered it. Man, those Bills, especially on the road, they've been really inconsistent. I mean, they've lost to the Dolphins and the Falcons on the road. So, yeah, this one scares me a little bit, but the Bills really need to win some games because they're not going to catch New England, and then they're in trouble for the playoffs. So,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens there. Let's go to a great game. Minnesota goes to Green Bay to take on the Packers. Minnesota, once again, inconsistent quarterback play has cost them dearly. I still, Gil always talks about them letting go of Darnold. I still agree with them letting go of Darnold for JJ McCarthy. If you're going to draft a quarterback, you should go with him. Atlanta did the same thing with Michael Penix, who's now hurt and out for the season. Having said that, Green Bay had a good game from the inconsistent Jordan Love. Their defenses continue to play well. I cannot see a scenario. Minnesota did win in Detroit earlier this year, but I cannot see a scenario where Minnesota goes to Green Bay and wins. I'm going to take the Packers, despite the fact that they've got injuries. Jacobs is out, Dobbs is questionable. They've got receivers hurt, Kraft's out for the year. So it's on Jordan Love now to win this with his backup running backs, but I still think they're better than Minnesota. Jose,
I don't know, man. It's another tough game to pick, man. Like you
yeah,
said, Vikings. JJ McCarthy's been in, but like it's this is if you want to build the championship team, you got to take advantage of these rookie quarterbacks on the rookie deals.
yeah,
You know, the 49ers did it. Now they have to pay Brock Purdy, and you see the difference. You have to
yeah.
take advantage, and that's what they did. Like, it's not okay. Maybe Darnold had a good season, and he's having a good season in Seattle right now, but I'd rather keep a guy that I'm only paying like $2 or $3 million
Yeah,
than pay a guy that's getting paid 30, $40 million, and I can
yeah,
build a stronger team around. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that's all. That's all it is. Basically, what happened to it. Um, I don't know, man. It's Minnesota's due for a win, and I think Green Bay. You know that defense scares me though against McCarthy, and McCarthy tend to like against Chicago. He threw a lot of picks and made some stupid mistakes. You know what? I'm taking the Packers as well. I think their defense will come up and make some interceptions and get some turnovers on that offense. And but I think it's going to be a close game, a closer game
yeah.
than everybody thinks.
Oh yeah, division games like this are always going to be close. Um, I actually think, and this may sound crazy, I actually think Green Bay's run game might be better this week. Jacobs hasn't really been sharp all year, and I think that Emmanuel Wilson can give them a little speed, more speed in their game. I actually
Yeah.
think their running game might be better this week. We'll see against Minnesota's defense, but I think Green Bay will be okay this week. Now let's get to the Barbosa Bowl as the Colts go off a bye. Indiana Jones and the Colts go to Kansas City to take on the free falling Chiefs, who I correctly predicted would lose to the Broncos last week. The Broncos are pretty much clinched the division now. They got to beat the Chargers still, but at 9-2, they'll be tough to catch. Having said that, this game more so than last week is a must win for Kansas City. Indianapolis has the division locked up. They're not going to get caught. Kansas City has to win this game, especially at home against Indiana Jones. I'm going to take the Chiefs. I think if they win this game, they'll win the next four because their schedule's weak and they'll go to 10-5 and they'll make the playoffs. If they don't win this game, KC will miss the playoffs. So having said that, I will take Kansas City. Boy, oh boy, it's going to be tough, but I think they'll win. Jose?
I agree with you. I think this is like the season game over here for
Yeah, they'll miss the playoffs. They lose this game.
yeah. So I'm gonna take UC at home. They need the win. I think Mahomes will pull it off and have a good game.
He can't lose to Indiana Jones. That would be pretty embarrassing. So you got a bit of wake up.
Although with Sauce Gardner there now and they're getting Trevigius Ward too
Yeah,
back
yeah,
on secondary is gonna be strong, right? So and they already have a strong they're one of those sneaky good teams, man. But
yeah.
I just think the Chiefs need this game more than they do. So I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
All right, let's go to New England. The surprising New England Patriots, who have an MVP candidate in Drake May, go to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Joe Flacco is practicing, but is not ready to come back yet. It is Joe Flacco who struggled mightily against Pittsburgh last week. And having said that, I think New England wins this game. Joe Flacco is getting up there in age. I think that without Chase in the lineup, He's going to have a very difficult time finding open receivers. So I'm going to take New England. Jamar Chase, stop spitting on people. Jose.
And this game has all the strength, and everybody's gonna be on the Patriots because things not gonna play. And then all of a sudden, there comes the freaking Bengals and an upset win, man. That's the game that's calling for. This is like another San Fran and the Rams when the San Fran beat them when everybody was expecting. You know what? I'm gonna take the Bengals. I just have a gut feeling the Bengals are gonna pull this one off. I don't know why, but Patriots are
It
due
could
for a
happen.
loss. Patriots are due for a loss, and I don't know. I just think the
Yeah.
Bengals got smoked last week. They're gonna try to play more with pride this week. Yeah, give me the Bengals.
Yeah, you never know. The Bengals, they could sneak into the playoffs. You never know. So everyone's alive in that division right now. So we'll see. With Burrow comes back, you never know. Now let's go to the Steelers, who will likely be without Aaron Rodgers, who looks to have broken his non-throwing hand. They'll start Mason Rudolph. They go to Chicago to take on the Bears, who keep finding ways to win games. I don't know how they do it, but they're the late night Bears that just win at the last second all the time. They can look awful. They can look great, outscoring teams. Their defense continues to be up and down, mostly down for the year. Um, Pittsburgh with Mason Rudolph could score some points on the Bears, but this is in Chicago. I just don't like the Pittsburgh chances with him. I'm going to take the Bears. Not a big fan of the Bears, but they just find ways to win these games. They're now 8-3 on the year. They're leading the division. No one saw that coming, but I'm going to take the Bears. Jose.
Um, I've been riding the Bears all year. I even took them last week to win against the Vikings. But this week, you know what? I like Mason Rudolph as a quarterback. I think hasn't got the opportunity to play. I don't know why they don't give him an opportunity because he can actually play. Even when he stepped in last week, he threw the ball nicely. They ran the ball, they screen passes, everything. You know what? He doesn't need to be throwing down the field 30, 40 yards. It's just simple plays for him, little slants here and there like they did with Rodgers. He'll be perfect for it. So uh, I'm taking the Steelers. I like the Steelers with Mason Rudolph as their quarterback, and he's mobile too. So even if they can get pressure on him, he can run and scramble and stuff like that. So yeah, give me to the Steelers.
Well, we're doing this show live here while the game's going on, so I can say this. What a touchdown run by James Cook. He just ran
Yeah,
145 yards for the Bills. So I'm very happy for my fantasy team. Believe me, that was a big touchdown there for the Bills. So they are up 6-0 right now. I've said this about the Bills before. When James Cook plays well, they win. Go look at the results. When he doesn't play well, they don't win. So as much as people want to say it's all Josh Allen, James Cook is the key to that offense, in my opinion, at least. Let's go to let's not waste any time on this one. The Jets are playing the Ravens. Jose's talked about this already. But a lot of us said it. They're going to run the table in through their week part of the schedule and probably win the division. Even though they started 1-5, they should have no problem beating the New York Jets, who have played better recently since they got rid of the players and the coach. Got a vote of confidence, but they're not winning in Baltimore. I got the Ravens. Jose.
yeah, the Ravens. Enough said.
Yeah. Let's go to the next game. This probably won't be a hard one to pick either, as the G-Men hoping to get Jackson Dart back from concussion protocol. I hope he's back too, because I will take him in fantasy against this team because it's going to be a high-scoring game. They go to Detroit to take on the Lions. The Lions coming off an embarrassing loss to the Eagles where their offense was completely stymied by the champs. Will go home and not be happy. And I think Dan Campbell's going to try to bite some more ankles. So I got the Lions. Jose.
Yeah, the Lions are gonna smash them. Like the Giants right now, the injuries caught up to them. Scottaboo, Dart, even if it's James Winston and quarterback back there, he's gonna be horrible. Just yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to the Sea Bags. I mentioned the Seattle being a team that could be dangerous in the playoffs. I take it back. If I wasn't talking about Herbert, I would have ranted about Sam Darnold. every time this guy's in a big game, he throws 4 picks. It's like it just he plays a good defense and then he sees ghost and he throws 4 picks. Like that's the one thing keeping me from Seattle being that team that could surprise. Like Sam Darnold, every time he plays in a big game, this happens. However, they're playing Tennessee this week, so I got the Sea Bags. Jose,
Yeah, the Seabags will win this game. Last week everybody got a little bit of dose of reality. Seattle is not as crazy good as they everybody picks that they are, and then everybody
that
wanted.
defense is elite though, Jose.
Yeah,
Like
no,
they
they are
only
good.
lost by two. With you guys threw 4 picks, they only lost by two.
Yeah, the defense is what keeps them in that game, and
Yeah, man.
majority of their wins too, if you notice, has been off the turnovers that
Yeah,
they have good field advantage right away. Is off the
yeah.
turnovers. So, but yeah, in saying that, the Seattle is gonna kill them. So
Yeah.
yeah, give me Seattle.
That damn Sam Darnold, man. You just can't trust him. Just can't
Nope.
trust him. Let's go to the Jaguars, who just gave it to the Chargers last week. They go to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. I don't like this game at all. Um, I'm just picking it based on need. Jaguars need it more because they could make the playoffs. They have the tiebreaker over Kansas City. So based on need alone, I'm going to take Jacksonville, but I'm fully aware that Arizona can win this game. But Jacksonville's defense has been very good, and if Brissett is pressured, he will throw interceptions or turn the football over. So I'll take Jacksonville. Jose.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like Jacksonville. I think they have more to play for right now. Their defense is pretty good. They're not bad. They're not a bad defensive team. Offensively, they have weapons. Maybe they're supposed to get the Brian Thomas back this week. The possibility,
That'd be nice.
yeah, no, I think they'll pull off this one as well.
All right, to the game of the week, and not for the reasons you think. Jose is going to like this topic a lot because I'm going to ask him about it. The Cleveland Browns, who are finally in week 12, starting Shador Sanders at quarterback, go to Vegas to take on the absolutely awful Las Vegas Raiders. It's so bad in Las Vegas, you hear fans chanting for Tom Brady to sell his stake in the team. That's how bad it is right now in Las Vegas. Pete Carroll, they're already chanting for him to get fired. It's getting ugly in Vegas right now after that beatdown that Dallas gave them. Um, we've been waiting. We've been waiting for this all year. Shador Sanders has been waiting for this all year. He was awful, and I mean awful, in relief last week, but it was a really tough spot to come in and play Baltimore. I think with a week of practice, and now that he knows he's starting, this is the most important game of his career, whether he's staying in Cleveland or not. I got the Browns, and I'm telling you right now, this is one of the better bets of the week. I don't care what the line is. Take the Browns this week. They're going to beat the Raiders, and Shador Sanders is going to try to establish himself as a starter in Cleveland or somewhere else. Jose.
100%. I've been saying this in the beginning of the season. They're gonna go through their quarterbacks, and then when Shador Sanders gets his opportunity, he's gonna ball out. And what's gonna happen? He's gonna ball out this week. Trust me. Believe what I say. The Browns with this guy at quarterback, oof, man, he has the weapons on the wide receiver. He has the running back. That guy is gonna play. He's gonna ball out. Trust me. And they're gonna kill the Raiders. Raiders are garbage. They have nobody. They have no offense, no defense, no special teams, no coach, no GM. I feel sorry. The only good thing about that they have is that nice stadium in Vegas and pretty much all the famous people that's in the press boxes over there. The rest is all garbage. Never mind. I
Any
feel sorry. I feel sorry for all the Raider fans. It's sad. It's sad to see,
it's
man.
it's sad
They're
and
good.
funny at the same time,
Yeah, it's like
man.
it's a good fan base. Like they're a crazy fan base, but they like I don't know this Davis guy, like Al Davis. I don't know what the hell he thinks, man. Like, but put a good football team on the field, man. You have the fan base, you have the money, you have everything. Like I just don't understand, man. I don't know. I don't know. You waste so much money on Geno Smith for what? Like, are you kidding me? There's so many
Brutal.
good other quarterbacks. If at least get a Sam Darnold, he much younger. Like, I don't know, man. I just think
Yeah.
it's stupidity.
Yeah, I mean Brady apparently was a big fan of signing Geno Smith. Wow, that's not working
Uh,
out at all. Any concern, Jose, about how bad Shador looked last week? And let's be honest, he was bad last week.
yeah, he was bad, but dude, like you get put into a
I
situation
know, I know,
when your
I know.
team is already down by like 30, 40 points or whatever they
Yeah,
were down,
yeah,
and then you're basically playing with all the backup players. You're not
yeah,
even playing with the starters,
yeah.
and during the week you don't take any first team reps.
That's
You're
right.
taking the
Yeah.
second team reps, right? So
Mhm.
there there's a difference right there. Now you have a full week of practice. You get the playbook. You get to play with your wide receivers and the starters, and then this week you can say, okay, then he's garbage, or this guy belongs in the NFL. He can actually play
Yeah.
because he's not facing an elite team, but
No, this
like
team's terrible.
exactly. But it's his first NFL game, so it's not like you're not getting thrown right into the fire. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
slowly taking baby steps, but you got to show yourself. Like you
Yeah.
can't have like a horrible game. You have to throw three touchdowns. You know what I mean? Like you have
Yeah.
to play good.
Yeah. All right, let's get
So
to the another big game as the Philadelphia Eagles go to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Earlier this year, Dallas almost beat Philadelphia in Philadelphia. I don't know what the Eagles are. Their offense is just, I don't even know what's going on with their offense right now. Their defense is elite. Um, and again, because their defense is elite, they can win games 10-7 and 16-9. And I just think they're going to do it again. You know, they own Dallas. They've owned them for years. That's the one team they do score a lot of points against. So I'm going to take the Eagles somehow continuing their run here with winning close, ugly games. Jose?
when the Cowboys play an elite defense, they struggle and they do garbage.
Yep.
So yeah, give me the Eagles. The Eagles will win the game.
Yeah. Now let's go to the Atlanta Falcons, who will start Kirk Cousins for the rest of the year. And I've got news for you people, and you can quote me on this. I will not be taking the Atlanta Falcons for the rest of the year because Kirk Cousins is starting quarterback. Do you know how bad he was last week? You understand? Atlanta should have won that game. As soon as Penix got hurt and he came in, it was a total disaster. Carolina came back and won. He was 6 for 14, for God's sakes, after he came into relief. So guess what? He's Atlanta's done. I'm not taking them the rest of the year, even against New Orleans. Give me New Orleans all day in this game. Jose.
I don't know, man.
He's terrible, Jose. You can't even
He
argue
is
with me how
terrible,
bad he is.
but
He's
like
terrible.
their team is better overall than the Saints, in my opinion. At least I think.
Maybe by a little bit.
Like they have a better running game, they have a better wide receivers, they have everything
Okay.
better. The better
Okay.
defense. But
Hey,
except
you're
for
the one who
yeah,
took New Orleans to beat Carolina, so it shouldn't be any different against Atlanta.
no, listen. Like I said, it's like one of those games. Everybody's on a high. Everybody's picking Carolina, and then that's what it is. And then
Mm-hmm.
this week, I just don't think like he can play. He's not the best quarterback. He wasn't. He's not as good as he was used to be, or as
Mm-hmm.
close, whatever. And like you said, he came in cold. Like it's hard for a backup quarterback to come in and think. But he's not that great. Like don't get me
No.
wrong, dude.
Let's
I'm
call it
not
what it
defending.
is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I have more faith in him than whatever the fucking guy's name is from
Shock,
New Orleans.
shook, shock,
Shock. Yeah,
slow. I don't know what the hell.
yeah. I have more faith than he does. So just give me the Falcons. Give me the
I
Falcons.
don't know. Atlanta's so weird. They had that good defense, and then the last
Yeah,
couple
like
of weeks they fell
they're
apart. Like I don't
inconsistent.
know,
They're
man.
inconsistent. Like they have good games and then they have bad games. Like the games that they should win, they lose, and then
I don't
the
know,
ones
man.
that they should lose, they play their best game of the season. Like it's I don't know. It's just
I don't know.
NFL is weird.
It is, man. This is very, very weird. Now let's go to the Sunday nighter game. I'll be very interested in watching as the Tampa Bay Bucks, who are just struggling with injuries. They gave it a hell of a battle against Buffalo last week, but Buffalo outscored them. They go to LA to take on the Rams, who are currently the best team in the NFC with an MVP candidate, a great defense, two great wide receivers, and two great running backs. I mean, I've loved Tampa Bay all year. I've loved Baker all year, but this is just a brutal schedule they're going through. I'm going to take the Rams because until Tampa Bay's healthy, I can't take them. Jose.
Yeah, I agree with you. They're missing the red receiver, and Ibuka can't do everything by himself. Um, if
Bucky's
Godwin,
out.
yeah, like yeah, Godwin's out, Evans is out, so it's tough. It's tough for Baker. If we had a full team, this would have been a good game. This would have been a good
Yes,
game.
absolutely.
But with the injuries, yeah, and the Rams are clicking on all cylinders right now. That
Yeah,
offense, it's either running the ball, they're throwing the ball. Their defense is elite too. Nobody
yeah,
talks about their defense, but they're like one of the best in the NFL too.
yes.
Yeah. So yeah, give me the Rams.
And to the Monday Nighter. Now, most people wouldn't think this is a big game, but it actually is because the Cardinals, the Panthers are 6-4. All of a sudden, they're right there with Tampa Bay. They're right there for a playoff spot. They're going to San Fran to take on our 49ers, who are also in the thick of the race. I believe we're 7-4,
Yeah,
correct?
we're 7-4. We have the
So we're
last
seven
playoff
and
spot.
four. Right. So this is a very important game, which San Francisco will win. I mean, I don't have. They Brock Purdy's back. He got a 40 bag in his first start. They're getting a little healthier on offense. Defensively, they're hanging in there with despite the injuries. I don't think Carolina's pulling a Green Bay and going to San Fran and winning. I'm sorry. I know Bryce Young threw for 450 yards last week. I know San Francisco's defense has given up a lot of passing yards. They gave up a freaking NFL record passing yards and passing completions last week, but I still think San Fran outscores Carolina. Jose,
Listen, the Niners are gonna give up the yards, but when it
yes,
comes down to it, they'll tackle you and they'll slow you down. They
yeah,
that's their model of their defense right now. No Fred Warner, no Nick Bosa to get pressures. So you'll get your little check downs and you get a couple of yards here and there. But hey, as long as they can keep it short and then make the stops and their offense outscore you, that's all they need. And that offense is getting healthier, and you can see the difference of how good that offense is when everybody's healthy. All we need is Ayuk back. He should be back in a couple of weeks, from what everybody's saying. After his bye week, I think they're saying that he might come back. So they listen, man. We can outscore people too. Like, yeah, the defense will give up their points, but I think they can get their stops, and then their offense has got to put up points. That's all it is. That's all
yeah.
it is. That's how they're
And
gonna win football games.
one thing that people underestimate about the whole Purdy Jones thing is what Purdy uses Kittle as a receiver, and you could see he made two perfect throws to Kittle last week. And when he's involved in the offense, that offense is much better. Him and McCaffrey together, that offense is deadly when they're both clicking. So hopefully they can keep it going. And I'm telling you right now, they're sneaky. The 49ers are sneaky good. They could sneak up. They beat the Rams already. They went to Seattle and won. They're sneaky. Watch out.
Yep.
They're going to be problems. So we'll see. I hate the injuries they have because we're not going to get Warner back and we're not going to get Bosa back, which really sucks. But I think they'll be sneaky. I think you're going to have to be careful
But
with the
it's
49ers going forward.
in one thing, okay, yeah. But it's good because you get to see what you have with these youngsters, and these youngsters have been playing well. Like West has been playing well. You have the Bethune that's been playing well. Good linebacker took Fred
Yeah,
Warner's spot. So you're
yeah,
getting to see these youngsters actually play and get experience, and that's just good for them, man,
yeah.
to get
And
experience.
Salah
And
can coach them up.
yeah, Salah, man. If I'm honestly like, if he should be running for coach of the year, man. I'm with that team, with the way all the injuries on defense and the way he has them playing, buddy. They should give him just the award just for him. Never mind.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So those are our picks for this week, people. As I said, we will have more content to come as I said, we're gonna do we are gonna do next week our Team Canada hockey roster. So have a look out for that. We're gonna keep doing our picks. Jose and I will be debuting. I'm not sure if it's this week or next week, but we'll be debuting our NFL, NCAA, NBA pick show where we'll give you picks, try to help you guys make some money. So look out for that. It's just a matter of us getting time together to do it. So that's some new stuff coming on. We're going to talk about the Raptors too, because the Raptors are 9-1 in their last 10 games. They're absolutely on fire. I am as shocked as anyone as how good they are right now. I don't want to overestimate them yet because they've had a weak schedule. They've played some teams that are missing players, but you can't deny how good they're playing right now. with the addition of BI and Scotty Barnes playing great. So we'll talk about them as we go forward. I will have a show with Jose about that. But for now, I'm the Mouth of the North, Andrew Reese. And that's Jose Carlos Gomes, not missing Gil this week. We'll see you next week on the Reese Report.